The product that I'm going to end up putting on this wall is pre-mixed joint compound, general purpose, all-purpose joint compound. I'll be embedding the tape using a 6-inch stainless steel taping knife. To hold the mud, the sheetrock joint compound, there's many different names for these materials. I use I think it's a 12-inch stainless steel pan. I'll be embedding regular old plain paper sheetrock tape. Now, one of the biggest tricks to embedding tape and doing any sheetrock work is getting your compound mixed right. I alluded to the fact that I'm using ready-mixed compound. Ready-mixed is far from the case when dealing with joint compound that you buy at Home Depot, Lowe's, or general hardware store or whatnot. I'm going to switch the camera so you can see what I'm using. The product comes in a 5-gallon bucket. Also comes in boxes that contain bags full of the compound. It's just regular old joint compound that many people have probably seen before. The problem with this compound as it comes out of the bucket or box is it's way too thick and stiff to work with. You can see the lighting is not so great in here, but that's not creamy. That's kind of clumpy. And that came out of a bucket that's got a water seal. There's a couple inches of water sitting on top of this compound. It's not ready to put on the wall. However, they advertise it as ready mixed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit more mud in my pan here. Since the flooring in here hasn't been done, I don't have to worry about slopping things around. And because there's a water seal on top of this bucket, I ended up with a little bit of water on top of the mud. So I'm going to stir it up a little bit here using the 6-inch stainless steel knife. And this is still entirely too thick to work with. It's hard to describe the consistency that I've got here, but you want it somewhere between peanut butter and pancake batter. I always keep on hand a grouting sponge. This is a sponge used to wipe tile grout off. It's nice because it's large, holds a lot of water, and you can use it to kind of sprinkle water on top of your mud pan. You can put a whole bunch in there and not worry about a thing because the mud doesn't immediately absorb it. So I've added a little bit of water, and I'll mix this around. Actually, pour a little bit more off. This is one of these building trades projects that's kind of done more by feel than sight. You know when you've got the mix right after you've done, well, after you've done 3,000 of these things. You know when you've got it just right for the situation you're in. But in general, any pre-mixed product that you have sheetrock-wise that you buy in the hardware store, the big box store, it needs to be worked with. It needs to be mixed a little bit, probably a little bit of water added. And if you remember what the product looked like before I added the water and started mixing, you'll see now that it's very smooth. There's no big bumps and lumps in there. Mix it just a tiny bit more. You see how smooth this is, this area here? No lumps. Last thing you want to do when you're trying to make a wall smooth and pretty is have your compound have lumps in it. You'll hear me say compound, mud. It's all the same thing, just different names. John in New Jersey calls it speckle. I guess they speckle walls in New Jersey. California, we mud them. Typically we call it mud. And that's how I prepare the mix. Next clip, I'm trying to keep these as short as I can for those that are on slow dial-up type connections. Next clip, I'll run all the nail heads and get those sealed up.